have everybody here today. Usually we have assemblies where we just have K through 3, and then 4 through 6, or K2 and 3, 6, but we have everyone, all 480 of us, so it's great to be together. I want to acknowledge Mr. Brush and our Pandemonium Marimba Band. They did a great job this morning. It is a great day for Humboldt Elementary School. And you're wondering, we've got a table up here, we've got 3 people that are up here. Well, if your teacher didn't say anything to you about the assembly, it's a great day for Humboldt Elementary because we've received a special award. And how many of you, just by raising your hand, how many of you participated in macro? Oh, that is great. We love to see those hands. Hands down. Macro is an important part of the school, and today we have some dignitaries from macro as well as our superintendent who are here to, there's an exemplary principal opportunity. Exemplary, that's a great vocabulary word. Exemplary principal opportunity, and they had I had the opportunity to be nominated by my superintendent, which is Mr. Stanton, Dr. Stanton. And he's here today, he's going to talk about it, but I don't think of it as just principal, I think of it as exemplary school. What do you think? Blue ribbon school, exemplary school, excellent school? Absolutely. And that has to do with our staff, that has to do with our kids. So I am pleased and honored this morning to present to you Dr. Peck, who was an exemplary superintendent herself, so she understands what teamwork is all about. She'd like to take a few moments and talk to you. We'll also be introducing Dr. Fine as well as Dr. Stanton. So a lot of dignitaries here today. While we're sitting up tall, using our Panda Pride, our best audience manners, let's show off in front of these. So Dr. Peck, thanks so much for being here.
Now, I was told that you are the smartest students in all of Humboldt District. Is that right? That's great because your superintendent's here and it's important he knows where the smartest kids are right here. And I've been following your macro because Rodell also does the macro books. And I have to ask you a couple questions. You need to help me out. We make those macro books, and I'm going to ask you a question, but I want you first to think about the answer. I'm going to ask, are the macro books too hard? Don't answer yes. And then, are the macro books are they just right? And then, are they too easy? So, are you ready? How many think the macro books, by showing your hands, are too darn hard? Okay, a little bit hard. How many think they're just right? Most everybody. How many think the macro books are too easy? Oh, too easy. Okay, hands down. This must be a smart group. Now, some of you aren't going to like what I'm going to say. Since your principal and your superintendent say you're so smart, and many of you say our macro books are too easy, next month, I'm going to make that macro book really hard. Now, nobody will... Nobody would want to do macro, and you still want to be in macro? Could you let me know how they do in macro next month so I'll know if I really made it way too hard? Okay. How many of you are going to be mathematicians and scientists one day? Wow. In a few moments, I'm going to introduce to you a real live scientist who's worked with all sorts of projects in the U.S. If you like macro, clap 3 times. That's together and like macro clap 3 times. If you think you have the best principal in all of Arizona, clap 5 times. Now we're here to celebrate a very special person, and you're going to help tell me principals in all of Arizona. Now when I asked your principal, I asked him, what makes him so great that he would be picked as one of the top 9 in the entire state? Raise your hand if you think you know what he told me. Why he would be picked as one of the top in the entire state of Arizona. What do you think? You know what? You got it. That's exactly what he said. He said he has the best students in the entire state. Is that true? Now I'm going to ask your principal. I like the way you guys are all sitting with your legs crossed. That's really good. I'm going to ask your principal to come up because we have a special award since he was selected as the best. Could you come on up because we have a special surprise here for your office. Could you unwrap it for us? So special. I know it will mean a lot to your principal because he's now the Rodell Exemplary principal. By the way, that means he's going to be training 3 promising, aspiring principals who will probably become principals, but we want them trained by the best so that when they become principals, they'll be just like your principal. And so, will you give your principal, in just one moment, we're going to give him a high five, like that. Are you ready? Let's give them all a high five.
So, I'm a scientist, and I'm an engineer. And I want all of you kids to be scientists and engineers too, because you can make a difference, because science and engineering make a difference, and math makes a difference. You can go down the street to a place called Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and you can learn how to fly a plane, but you can also learn how to build a plane. And then you can learn how to design a plane. And then you can find out how a plane flies. And the next thing you know, you are a scientist. And you are an engineer. And you can make a difference. And so it's easy for me to see why these people up here are exemplary. It's because you guys are exemplary. And you've got a whole exemplary life. So it's really great to be here, and I want to know why pandemonium isn't breaking loose right now. Let's hear it, kids.
Thank you, Humboldt Elementary Pandas. You've been sitting quite a while. It is a great honor. I've had a chance to talk to your principal, Mr. Young, and he consistently says something that's very important and that I want to reiterate here. He has been honored as an exemplar principal, and he's going to be training 3 other principals, but he says many, many times, whether it's the Blue Ribbon Award or the Rodell Awards, it takes the whole team. And so, to the teachers, the classified staff, for everyone, the parents in the community, and you especially, the kids, even the kids right up here, thank you for working together as a team, because that's what makes Humboldt Elementary very, very special. I know that you continue to strive. I know you'll continue to work on your Rodell notebooks, and I know you continue to be the best. If you have an interest, like Dr. Fine mentioned, if you want to be a scientist, be a scientist. If you want to be a mathematician, be a mathematician. If you want to be an engineer, be an engineer. The key is you need to focus on school, and you need to listen to your teachers. So again, to the teachers and the classified staff and everyone, thank you, because it does take a whole village.